Hello, my dear. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing great. Hi, Axel.
Getting himself ready.
He's always like primping at the beginning of these, getting
Mm,
himself cleaned up for the show.
yeah.
So cute.
Well, at least he's not a diva because he does it himself.
Yeah,
No
I love
makeup artist here, right?
all
No person,
natural.
no personal assistants except us.
We are his assistants for
Yeah.
sure. Got some loud music coming down my street there.
Oh, great.
It is gone. So, technology is our topic of the day.
That can go in any
Ooh,
direction you want.
I love technology. And I've always been fascinated with the human body and health since I was a child, and that is a technology. And I'm learning more and more about our the technology of the human body, and it's super fascinating how it works with the earth, um, trees. There's just so much we don't know about that, but I think we'll discover more and more as time goes on, and I look forward to that. And then there's the technology that computers and phones and pretty boring stuff we've been working with, because a lot of that actually mimics our capabilities and doesn't mimic it very well because humans are so profoundly designed.
Everything like perfect balance, homeostasis, and then the the untapped technology in the interactions with the energies of the earth, and the spiritual, and even with animals, right, Axel? Right? Sometimes I feel like they're more technically advanced than we are because they have heightened senses. I mean,
Mhm.
just amazing. Just, even with him, like their eyes are on the side of their heads so that they can see any prey animals coming after them. And, you know, like dogs' sense of smell is like super, super hyper compared to ours. So everything benefits the species for
Yeah,
survival.
for sure.
Yeah.
And then
And then
there's the whole
around and muck with it, try to improve on it.
then there's the
That's
whole
yeah.
aquatic world, and then
Oh yeah.
also plants and trees, which are fascinating. And I love seeing things over the years of them measuring, you know, the music that the trees make. And they have these gadgets. I don't know if you've seen that, where they
Mhm.
can play the music. It's very celestial sounding. It's so interesting. My kind of music, to be honest with you.
I always used to joke about it with my vegan friends that just because you can't hear the plant doesn't mean it's not screaming. you know, you really are talking about like, trying to, do the right thing, and that's your reason for doing it. The plants do sense things. I mean, it's amazing to watch how you, even your house plants, how they, if you don't rotate them, you'll find your plant is lopsided because it's trying to point itself to the sun.
Yeah, like all things have a
Yeah,
consciousness, and
yeah,
the consciousness of fear can be in that too, in
yeah,
a plant.
yeah,
We don't want that in anyone's consciousness, but
yeah.
it's what we're trying to eradicate this planet from, because it isn't really a truthful way that we operate in our most high functioning forms. So we're evolving out of that, which is super exciting.
And then all the hidden technologies that
Hmm.
the bad guys have kept from us and used for themselves, and then try to convince us that whatever new one that they're giving us is the way to go, and it's not. It's inferior. um
So bad. Like
and
everything designed to break. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I saw this thing on Facebook, and the guy's charging his car in the snow, and he's like, I'm afraid to turn the heat on because it's going to drain the battery. So he's going from charging station to charging station trying to get home, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, like I was talking with a friend of mine a couple weeks ago who had a clogged sink, and her plumber came and he was amazing and such a great guy, but she was literally talking to him and saying, why the hell have they not improved upon plumbing over all these years? Like, don't you think, it's 2022 at that time, it was 2022. What's going on? And he said, it's just the way it is. But, why is it just the way it is? This is crazy. We should be functioning at such higher levels with so many different things.
Oh yeah.
And what we accept as, I mean, you have only to look at the New York City subway system. My God, I mean, it is just trash compared to even most systems in the world. And none of those are very good either.
I grew up on those subways, man. They got me to from point A to point B, but it may have taken a few hours, but it got me there.
Yeah. But it's just astonishing, like the filth, the dirty, the tunnels are weird. And, it's kind of endearing in a weird way. I've been here forever and it is what it is, but it just shouldn't be that way.
The wheels on the train track. And, I used, because I like animals, I would always get a thrill if I saw a rat.
Yeah. I mean, it took them 20 years to get new cars in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hilarious. It's like, what's going on? Certainly none of our money is going towards that.
No. Well, we know where all the money's going.
We know where that's going now. If you ever question that, now you know.
What did I hear? Quattro septillion dollars. Quattro septillion dollars. I think they said 38 zeros.
Wow.
That's what's been stolen from us over the years.
Oh my God. Holy. I did not know the numbers. I did not know that. That's wow.
Yeah.
I believe it. I believe it.
That will be coming back to us. So.
And they're discovering, I was looking at, as I was telling you today, ariseguerrillanews.com. You can find some really interesting information there on these scientists.
Awesome. Totally.
In Romania. Totally awesome. Yeah. Scientists in Romania who are looking at these pyramids that are in the mountains there. There are others around the world, but not just pyramids, but technologies that have been hidden. Some of the pictures had just been leaked and they said that we don't even know what we're looking at, but we wanted to show you.
Wow.
I was like, this is so cool. Oh my God. It was like lights, these very bizarre looking lights inside of these tunnels, pyramids built into these structures, things that looked like crafts, ships, and then just sort of portals, it appeared to be. But it's just incredible. And we're all discovering these things together. People will be bringing these things out. It's going to be so amazing and interesting. The healing technologies, of course, completely interest me.
Oh yeah.
Anything that can help the human body begin to heal itself, which is really what these technologies do, is that they bring about an enhancement of what we already have. Not unlike the sun or the ocean, which are incredibly healing. I think we're going to be moving mostly towards getting back to connecting with our planet, which is the greatest mother, father, healer you could have, honestly.
Getting in tune with the frequencies to bring back the homeostasis and the optimal operating condition for each organ system in our body.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about technology and what they did with the frequency of music. When was it, in the 1800s that they changed it down? I don't know. I remember the date exactly, but it was a 432 hertz, which is very good for your physical body. And then they changed it, I think, to 440 or something.
Yeah.
And it just does the opposite. So We've
all those
been like largely involved
concepts
in,
into, and it's just like lowering our frequency or raising it higher than it should be or whatever it is.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying about we've been largely in a frequency war without even knowing it for a very large, or basically not even a war. We've been largely attacked by frequency. And then the technology of money, it's done the same thing. And I thought that was so fascinating what Kristen Ragusan, her book is called The End of Scarcity. I think I talked about it in one of our other talks. But she was talking about how, you know, 1,000 miles and 1 mile are two very different things. It doesn't fluctuate from day to day. A measurement is a measurement, but what they've done with money is it literally goes from 1 to 1,000,
Right.
according to inflation and all of these crazy illusory things that have been created to distort. And then you never feel the balance of truth, quite
Mhm.
honestly. Like you don't feel the balance of a factual dollar that's worth the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
And it messes with your frequency, and then you have these lack complexes, and things come from that because you're being pulled in that kind of direction. I mean, this is massive. When she explained it that way, I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like if you knew it was going to be the same all the time,
Mhm.
the stability, the balance, the clarity, and then eventually the doing away with it altogether is what will occur. I think we're going to live through this. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. We're going to get through it and we're going to come out. We may be scarred, but no,
Like we're
we'll,
not already.
we'll
Ooh.
come out stronger and it'll all be good. But yeah, no, it's insane how they've designed a system to keep us sick. So they're using the technology against us when they could very easily use it the other way and cure everything. But there's no money in that. So it's just crazy. If I knew we were going to do technology, I would have brought my EMF detector and put it next to my cell phone to show you how you don't even want to be touching that. And it's interesting because I notice it's when you're placing a call or when you're opening up an app,
Wow.
that's when it's at its highest. So somebody had said, let the phone ring, answer it, and then put it to your ear if you need to, because
Wow.
it's that initial part where it's searching, where it rings. Once you pick up, the energy drops a bit, and you're being exposed to that if you keep it to your ear while you're placing the call.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
And then I worry too about those cordless ear pods and things, because if they're connected to each other so you can hear both, how is that working?
Well, I've heard that it's about the same frequency as having an entire router next to your head.
Going through your head.
Yeah.
There was a
So I
woman.
got rid of mine. I'm done. I
Yeah.
had them for a little while, and they're kind of a pain in the butt anyway because they break and they're expensive to replace, and no
My
one
luck,
needs it. I
if I
just
lose, I'll lose one, and then what good is that, right?
keep these cords,
um,
kids. It's way
yeah.
better, and it's much easier on your
There was
body.
a report, and they did research on the phones and the primarily the phones, but also the computers, and with the kids, because they're more susceptible since the skulls are not fully fused. It's still forming even after birth, and they show how the radiation gets through like almost half the hemisphere
Mm.
compared to an adult where it would just really go like kind of on the, you know 1/4 of the surface. For a child, it almost goes to half. And just think about it, your kids are on
Mm.
computers all day at home. I've seen kids on the cell phones playing games, and it's
Mhm.
like something to be thinking about. So there's good and bad technology, I guess, or it's basically how you use it. But going forward, the 6,000 patents I'm going to be interested in,
Mm.
because they're going to have all these healing things, the hovercrafts,
Mhm.
replicators, all these things we're hearing about. So I think anything that we've seen in any of the sci-fi movies may not be so far-fetched.
It's so exciting. I mean, I was hoping to get to try when I was down in Mexico, these things called Life Pod, which is like a sort of like a helmet that goes over your
Mhm.
pineal and then some things for feet. Um, but they weren't done with the prototypes. And we'll be seeing these things. It's going to be so amazing. And I think just getting out of that thought, like people are very aware of what's gone on with the EMFs and all this sort of very destructive stuff. And I think we're going to be moving into the complete opposite of that very quickly. Like you said, what was it, 6,000 patents coming
Yeah.
out? That's incredible. And it'll
All
be
been
really,
hidden from us. They've kept it from us all this
Mhm.
time. I mean, they say, healing cancer or curing cancer is one of the easiest things to do. And yet people are going through chemo and dragging this out. I mean,
Oh, my heart.
it's just, we're going to do better. That's all I
Yeah,
can say.
and it'll come quickly and it'll be really nice for people to be able to do that because it has been so harmful to us and we need a quick fix in a way. And then also, I think the awareness of it in general is what I wanted to say. That's so exciting because it's not really about punishing or, being angry. It's about being aware that this was done and then never letting it happen again. And then all
Right.
these wonderful genius people are going to come and bring these things to you and me. I'm talking about you and me, talking about, you're not going to go do everything by yourself, but the awareness that we have within each one of us is very genius at this time. And we should begin to acknowledge that. Um, and then we'll help each other. So
Definitely. It's
if you hear of anything, Stephanie, let me know.
going to be a group effort. What was that? I'm sorry.
If you hear of anything, let me know.
Oh,
And I
definitely.
will too, obviously. And we want to share with people who are watching this too. If we hear about something that's happening, we can experience these things together as they come out.
They're going to be able to help animals too, same way. They're
Yeah,
going to help us. So that's going to be exciting in itself.
it's amazing.
Right, Axel?
You like that, Axel? He's like,
He would give you a thumbs up, but he has no thumbs.
give it, give it a paws up. Give us a paws up.
Get the ear off.
Oh, he moved his paws. That's so cute. And he's like, I'm going to I just have to scratch my ear. Well, I look forward to it. And I look forward to new technologies coming in that are beneficial for the human body and not harmful too.
Yeah,
It'll be nice to be able to use.
kind of giving you a thumbs up.
I know, it's so sweet. And I think that, it's going to be amazing. So I look so forward to those things. And because we're not going anywhere, we're going to continue advancing. It's just, we're really not as advanced as we thought we were.
Right.
That's the thing. That's
Kind
really
of been
funny.
it's kind of been kept in a holding pattern. If you look at through the centuries, how they had major advances, and then it was quiet for a while, and then another major, like a certain timeline. Each multiple timelines, it'd be like these huge advancements, and then quiet, and then another huge advancement, and then quiet. Well, we're overdue.
Yeah, and there are photographs from, hundreds of years ago of people riding around on scooters, much of the like of what you're seeing today in large cities. Um, it's just like, what happened there? Where did all that go? And things were suppressed, people were silenced and
Oh
killed,
yeah,
and
yeah.
these things happened. So it's exciting. I'm just happy we know about more of it.
Year of the rabbit coming, and it's going to be good. It's going to be all good.
Yeah,
Year of hope.
exciting stuff.
Mhm.
All right, my dear. Well, till next time then.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye everyone.